fireside presentation by me, Von Wuheit. Today we're going to look into how Steve Jobs and his ideas have drastically impacted humanity. I chose this topic because I thought of how Apple and its products have shifted the world of electronics and communication. What is something you think about when I mention communication? For me, it's a phone, and one of the most popular phones in the world is made by Apple. Apple has made groundbreaking advances in technology such as the iPhone. This business organization was founded by Steve Jobs on April 1st in California. Apple grew from Jobs' first computer to a multi-million-dollar company that has become a household name today. As CEO of Apple, Steve Jobs wasn't only a former inventor, he was Apple's main visionary. Steve Jobs' innovative ideas have shaped the world of electronics and communication as we know it. His ideas include branding the animation firm Pixar in 1986, creating another whole company after he was fired from Apple, inventing the iPhone, iPod, and Macintosh, just to name a few. Since lots of people don't know Jobs' true life, I'll provide a short summary of it. Steve Jobs was born on February 24th, 1955 in San Francisco, California. In 1975, he joined a technology group called the Homebrew Computer Club. Jobs and his partner Steve Wozniak redesigned their computer so it was more compact and more affordable than the mainframe computers of the 1900s. In 1976, they both created Apple. With this ambition, Jobs helped create the Apple II, which generated $2.7 million in sales for its initial year. In 1984, Apple introduced the Macintosh, which it was the first personal computer to create a one-button mouse. After the Macintosh's failure, Jobs resigned from Apple in 1985 and created Next. In 1986, Jobs purchased an animation company named Pixar from George Lucas, someone I believe we all have heard of. In 1996, Apple bought Next for $400 million, and Steve Jobs returned as CEO of Apple. In 2001, the iPod was released, with the first iPhone coming in 2007. Unfortunately, Steve Paul Jobs died in 2011 at the age of 56. However, Steve Jobs has left a lasting impression in the world of technology that is evident even today. When Jobs went to his college calligraphy teacher for a new font to put on the newest Apple product, many other companies followed suit and added more fonts, which leads us to multiple typing fonts that we use today, such as Times New Roman or Arial. According to Les Kay, I think his genius was being able to take the principles of Zen and incorporate it into the products that came out of Apple. Also, according to One Last Thing, innovative new products pour in a seemingly endless stream from Apple's development laboratories. This shows how when Steve Jobs was the head of Apple, they produced lots of new innovative products in the world of personal technology. When Jobs introduced the iPod, he worked closely with many music producers. Even today, many music and audio production studios have Apple computers. Jobs also worked very closely with the Black Eyed Peas when he was creating commercials to release the iPod. Even after Steve Jobs' death, the evidence of his impact on humanity is indisputable. According to Sir Richard Branson, Steve Jobs created the most respected brand in the world and shook up a whole industry. He did it with a lot of style, and great respect to him for it. Shortly after Jobs' death, a young graphic designer from Hong Kong named Jonathan Mac Long created a tribute Apple logo. According to One Last Thing, some people have told me that the logo actually made them cry, and I thought that was a really strong reaction to have. But it made sense because Jobs has such a great impact on our world. It wasn't just a person who made all these great gadgets, he actually changed the way that we communicate. The image spread like wildfire across the internet after Jobs' passing and evoked emotion from millions of people who Jobs had impacted with what originated as an idea. In summary, Steve Jobs has made a profound impact on humanity. This ranges from his creation of the first Apple computer to the introduction of the iPad. After his passing, his legacy is still evident through the continued success of Apple and its innovative products. Something we can all learn from Steve Jobs' influence is that one idea can change the world. This has been a fireside chat. I thank you for tuning in.